I'm trapped in a tiny dimension. The only way out is to break bedrock using technology and nuclear fusion. With extremely limited space, this will be no small feat. Welcome to Compact Claustrophobia. Hey there, welcome back to another episode. Last episode, we started working on a super sweet automatic experience farm, but there's a few supply chain issues that we need to sort out. First thing that we need to work on is automating phytogrow so that our tree farm can produce more diamonds and we can build more infrastructure. I've elected to automate the basic phytogrow recipe with space to improve it later once infrastructure becomes more sophisticated. We're going to do a recipe pattern for the inefficient phytogrow recipe, but it will be automated phytogrow right now. Just gotta pop this right in here. I have just realized that we don't have enough diamonds to finish the phytogrow, so we're going to have to go on a detour to go get some. How much coal coke do we have? Not doke, coke. This is the only way to make diamonds currently. Eventually, we'll be able to make this substitute carbon fiber stuff, and that'll speed up the process greatly. But this stuff requires a material called desh. And, if you don't know how to do something, just put it off. That's what I always say. For now, I'm just going to work on getting the trees automated, and that'll already help our diamond production. And then from there, we can move up in the world. So it seems that right now, this redstone furnace is the biggest gate to our production. So let's go ahead and upgrade it as far as we can. We're just really low on knowledge until we get the automation going. See, we're already running out of blizz powder. Only have 4 buckets of knowledge right now, so have to make it count until we get the farm up and running, which is quite a few steps away still. So if I do this and this, let's see how it changes. I mean, it's faster. Alright, we have 7 ingots. Let's see how it goes. Simple math says that we should get at least 1 diamond, but RNGesus might say no. Here goes nothing. Someone call the police, I just got scammed. Back to waiting on coal coke. So I left the world AFK while I did some errands and went and ate dinner. So let's see exactly how much coal coke we've gotten. Ooh, 3 stacks. 30 ingots. Alright, this better do it. If this doesn't get me a bunch of diamonds, I will be upset. 7. 7 from 30? Alright, I'll take it. Alright, let's plug this in. Is that cabling gross? Yes. Could it be improved? Also yes. Do I care? No. We're getting phytogrow. It's flowing in automatically. And honestly, that's really what counts. That leaves us with 6 diamonds. And I have a few things I want to do with these. First thing I'm going to do is tie up 3 of them into a crafting unit for all of our ore pieces. All right, here we have it. All right, let's install this crafter. And we can start making the patterns for our ore pieces. The next thing I want to do is make an external storage. Basically, the problem I have is that we get lots of hydrogen from this electrolyzer. We get a medium amount of oxygen and a very small amount of deuterium. But I do want to keep collecting deuterium even when the hydrogen and oxygen are full. As you can see, we have 1,000 hydrogen and 500 oxygen. Not quite full on that, but the hydrogen is backed up. So what we're going to basically do is trash all the hydrogen that's excess until the deuterium fills up. And that's where the external storage and the bin comes in. Right now, our hydrogen is being stored with priority 10 into this storage block. So as long as we store it with a lower priority into the bin, it'll only trash the excess that attempts to enter our system. Now I've prepared this little tiny compact machine here for this. So you have bin, external storage, set this to fluids, hydrogen, whitelist, and priority will say 5. And now all the excess hydrogen should get just binned. Now that the farm design has been settled, I've gone ahead and turned on the sieve so we can start collecting the lapis for the XP farm. Auto clicker? Check. Accumulator? Check. Items being flung onto the floor below? Check. I wonder if I need to put up like a safety barrier to keep them from flying every which way. Alright, this protective barrier should do. Okay, maybe not. Alright, 2 barriers. Maybe this will do it. Though I feel like there's still a chance that they'll fly through this gap here. Alright, there's no way anything's getting out of there before it gets vacuumed up. Unless it goes right here, it hits one of these pipes and then falls directly down. Alright, I reworked the cables around the outside of the wall, and now everything should actually be contained and not fly out everywhere. If items still get out to despawn, well, I guess they deserve it. Now, I don't think the rates of lapis on this are going to be that great at this stage. I've been staring at this lapis for a while, and the number hasn't even moved. I think I gotta do something else. I think the plan is going to be maybe we make like a compact machine that all it does is just produce a ton of gravel to feed into the refined storage. So I did some calculations, and it seems like this mid-tier cobblestone generator could feed many different pulverizers. I think it can do like 16 of them. So why don't we just go make a frick load of them? And we'll set up some storage with the refined storage. Last thing I want is every one of my discs getting full of gravel. That would be actually the worst. So we can set up a new bin in our bin room. And this one's going to be for gravel and sand overflow, because we will be getting sand from the gravel producers as well as a byproduct. All right, we have 4,000 storage each for gravel and sand. That should be more than sufficient. All right, we have various bits and bobs. Let's get this done. All right, everything's plugged in. Now the question is, how's the item flow? Some of these seem full, some of these seem pretty empty. It's really inconsistent. I don't know if there's a way to distribute these more evenly. Yep, there is. Just turn on round robin mode in the servo, and that'll solve our problems. All right, this thing's running out of cobblestone, so the gate is going to be this thing at this point. We could add probably more of them if we need to, but I think this is probably just fine to let it run. Oh no, we're not maxing out all 16 pulverizers. Oh no. All right, gravel's flowing at a very high speed. So now we're having gravel exported into this thing at very high speed. I have a stack upgrade in there, so it'll refill it instantly every time it ticks over. I managed to get the click machine turned up all the way. So for this setup, this is essentially the maximum amount of lapis we can get per unit time, assuming that we don't run out of gravel, which we actually might. This is pretty fast. Hopefully the lapis will start going up more quickly now. It won't still be slow and sad and terrible and a waste of time, right? Oh, I see the problem. All right, lapis seems to be going up pretty decent. All right, let's get this farm going. We're exporting knowledge, and then let's tell it to only export knowledge when we have less than 1,000 buckets of it. I like the flooring in here, but man, this farm looks kind of scuffed sticking into the floor like this. Might have to fix that in the near future. It looks like it's working, but it is kind of slow. Upgrade time! All right, so this thing's filling balls like crazy. And now we have to increase the auto clicker to keep up with it. Farm's looking good to me. So before long, we should end up with 1,000 buckets of knowledge. 10 so far. Only 9,900 to go. Ooh, gravel's free falling, which means that the lapis eventually isn't going to be at the same rate. Hopefully we get enough knowledge before all the lapis gets used up. Might have to go beef up the gravel even more, which is kind of crazy. These ore pieces are all piling up though, so we need to start processing them. For the ore processing, I think we're just going to live with a doubling process until I have some more infrastructure. Ore 2x is already pretty good when it's infinite and you can just do it forever. So for this setup, I need 2 diamonds, and guess how many diamonds I have? I once again am out of diamonds. It really didn't take very long, did it? We have collected a pretty good amount of graphite though. The automated phytogrow is doing hard work. Well, I guess we should turn some of it into coal coke. Though this is going to take a while.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, we have 20 attempts at diamonds. RNGesus, please be kind. Also, TNT, please don't blow up my expensive projectors. 3 from 20? Alright, let's set up this induction smelter setup. Probably do it over on this wall. Then I guess this machine goes here. Kind of wish this was over one, then these could be like diagonal from each other, and I think it'll look a lot better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move the entire thing over by 1 block. That's totally rational and normal thing to do.
A few inches later.
Yep, that sure is 1 block over. This corner's looking a whole lot better now, and the smelter is in full operation. Like I mentioned before, it's using the crafting upgrade to directly export the ore chunks into the smelter to get processed. That way we don't have to have any kind of dedicated crafting units. Next up, I want to take this, our old sieving setup, and move it into the new bigger space next to our new setup. And in that way, we'll modernize it, and they'll just be together and nice and organized. And I think it'll be cute. We now have side-by-side parallel processing sieving setups. Got the string mesh and the flint mesh. You might notice a few problems, though. First of all, there's not enough gravel to run both of these at the same time. Second of all, well, there's floating items. Floating items are because my drives have filled up. And what have they filled up with? Ores, ingots, and lapis. What I'm going to do is make some storage, probably 16,000 storage for each of the ingots that we're producing, and the lapis, and I guess the flint. I think we make flint. Hopefully then we can tune it so that the ore pieces get processed quickly enough as to not fill up the system. And then the storage should be fine. I also realized that as a byproduct, we're making lots of rich slag, which could be used to triple or quadruple our ores. After having a big long think about it, I realized that perhaps we could just triple the uranium, which is the most important resource for us, so that we can really get the fission reactor going at full speed and make sure we never run out of fuel. As for the gravel, I did actually go ahead and upgrade the gravel area a little bit. I've gone from 16 pulverizers to 42, and they're all triple upgraded, signalum tier. I actually came up with a really clever solution to pack these in super tight, which is I have a cobblestone generator with a servo, which pulls out the cobblestone and distributes it to all of the pulverizers. And then this is a signalum retriever, so it'll actually pull the gravel and the sand back down into this chest to be imported. They're all full up of cobblestone, so nothing else can get in there. And it allows us to pack them literally side by side, touching each other. Items getting transported on the bottom, and power getting transported on the top. We could even run this cable up and over and create a second layer of these if we wanted. But there's a significant problem, which you may have already noticed. There's not enough power running through the system to actually power these at full speed. And that's part of why the gravel just isn't keeping up right now, even though we have this massive setup. Surprisingly, the cobblestone generator is doing fine, but that'll probably change once we actually have enough power to run all of these at full speed. If we take a look here at the fission reactor, whenever it's yellow, it's not running because there's already enough power stored. This is just so frustrating to deal with, knowing that we have probably enough power to run all our machines, but we just can't transfer it over there. This makes it incredibly important for us to work on getting a whole bunch of gelid cryolithium made so we can make the next tier of ducts that have no limit in transfer. I've decided to make 3 stacks of our new cables and just hope they last forever. This is all the stuff that I need to craft it. It took a while to actually get all this stuff together. So let's get crafting. We have a lot of steps to do. First step is to melt all of the ender pearls down. Next, we're going to take lead and platinum and infuse it with the resonant ender to create enderium ingots. Next, we get to use this enderium to upgrade our ducts to the next tier. Next, we use the electrum and the hardened glass to upgrade our ducts to the highest tier. But as you can see, they're empty. What we're going to do now is melt down this cryotheum, and then we can use this machine to fill our ducts. And there we have it. Beautiful, infinite transfer rate cables. I'm going to finish crafting them all up, and then let's go install them. Oh, aren't they so beautiful? Because they're so expensive, I'm going to be quite sparing with how I use these. Not every cable needs to be infinite transfer rate, but the ones that do, I will upgrade immediately. Wow, these look really cool. So I've plugged in all of the sub-compact machines here, and I've connected them to the reactor here. I think that's all the ones that I need to place in here. And then maybe some inside of these, but that's probably mostly it. These remaining ones, I'll just hold on to them for whenever I need them. We still got plenty of these, and barely any of our machines ever need more than 16,000 individually, so these are still quite useful. So let's check on the gravel makers, see how the power situation looks in here. Looks like power's increasing. If they fill up all the way, then we know it's working. I don't think we have to swap these out. I did the math, and I probably did it right, but it still will take some time to siphon all the power into the pulverizers. Oh, the cobblestone is draining, though. I better go install another cobblestone generator before they empty out. Pop you down, and let's put these new resonant servos on. They're much faster than the signalum ones. Oh yeah, this is what happens when one of these empties out. Some of the gravel can get siphoned into it, then it'll start making byproducts that we're not interested in. Oh, this one did it too. Oh, geez, most of them emptied out. So the way to fix it is I have to take cobblestone, then I have to replace it, and then hopefully we can go through and catch all of them. Get them all filled with cobblestone, and then these will only feed cobblestone to them. Since it only uses the cobblestone one at a time, hopefully one of these will attempt to fill it before it empties out. Got these all fixed up, but it doesn't look like the power is actually going to max out. So I think we're going to have to pump more power in. I'll start by replacing the cables on the outside, and then we'll see if that's enough. Nice sand, blue. The machines are basically capped out now. You can see they're using 200 out of 200 of their power. So they're going at their maximum possible speed. And in fact, it was so fast, I had to add a third cobble generator down here. Let's see how this is doing for our sieving. Hey, they're both running at full speed now. This is awesome. After much grinding, we finally fixed both of our problems. I just noticed we have 1,300 coke chilling because I've been working for so long and it's just been AFK with the tree farm. Let's see how many diamonds we can get with that. While I'm waiting for the crusher to crush up all this coke dust, I noticed that the ores are going up in count instead of down in count. So we gotta go add some more smelters to deal with that. All ready to upgrade. Hopefully 4 of these smelters can keep up. We'll find out, I guess. Ooh, this is exciting. We have nearly 4.5 stacks of these. Oh, we're gonna be so rich. Oh, I can't wait to see how many diamonds we're gonna get. Oh, over a stack? Oh, we can do so much with this. This is amazing. I don't even know what to do with this many diamonds. I decided on the first thing that I want to spend all of our hard-earned diamonds on, and it's right upstairs here. This is an auto-crafting station for all of our refined storage needs. It has all the patterns, I think, to make basically everything that we use in refined storage on a regular basis. And it will simplify our lives greatly, because now I can just come over here and then just request what I want. Let's say I want some cables. Make me a stack of cables, please. Boom. And I can do this for basically everything. In this little machine here, it's a modest farm for all the little bits that you need to make all the refined storage stuff. We have sugarcane for the paper and sugar for the upgrades. This makes string coming from a hemp. Over here, this is a pulverizer pulverizing sand. So we have dust, which you can use to get bone meal, and also clay. And none of these farms are particularly fast, and it's a bit of a spaghetti mess in here. But this is all the base materials we need for the most part. There's only a few that are exceptions. I am really excited about this addition to our base. And I'm happy that we finally get to start using the upstairs for something. It was kind of collecting dust up here. Honestly, I've been spending so much time off camera crafting all the refined storage bits for all of our various farms. So having this automated is just a huge relief. And honestly, I probably should have set this up sooner. But the diamonds were an issue, but no more. That's where we're going to wrap it up for today, though. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, consider dropping me a like. It means a lot. It's a good way to support the channel. If you want to see the next episode, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the notification. Thanks again, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode.